People who have had COVID-19 can get long COVID, even if they had no symptoms or only mild symptoms during the infection. You're more likely to get long COVID if you had to go to the hospital because of COVID-19, if you did not get the COVID vaccine, if you have a disability, or if you have a long-term health condition.
Hello everyone, I'm Sign1News anchor Martha Anger. Here's a quick look at the top trending stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment about this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. Twitter owner Elon Musk apologized publicly to an employee with a disability. Haraldur Thorleifsson worked at Twitter as a senior director. He tweeted to Musk saying he no longer had access to his computer, but the company could not confirm if he was part of recent layoffs. Musk doubted his work in a separate tweet. He said Thorleifsson, quote, claimed as an excuse that he had a disability that prevented him from typing. Thorleifsson then shared he has muscular dystrophy and could no longer do manual work for long periods of time. Muscular dystrophy is a degenerative disease that leads to weakness as the person loses muscle mass. Musk called the situation a misunderstanding and blamed his original reaction on things he was told that were either untrue or not important. Musk posted his apology to Thorleifsson on Twitter. Now, Thorleifsson is considering whether he will remain at Twitter. The State Department has issued a level 4 do not travel advisory for U.S. citizens thinking of going to Tamaulipas, Mexico. Authorities say 4 Americans traveled to the town. Latavia Washington was going there for a medical procedure. Investigators believe the group got lost trying to locate the medical clinic, and that a Mexican cartel may have mistaken them for Haitian drug smugglers. They were held for 4 days. Washington and Eric Williams were rescued, although Williams was shot in the leg. But Shahid Woodard and Zindell Brown did not make it out alive. They were found dead. U.S. officials familiar with the investigation called this a case of mistaken identity. But they are still warning Americans who are thinking about going to the area because of crime and kidnapping. TikTok may soon be taken out. A bipartisan group of 12 senators have unveiled legislation that boosts President Joe Biden's ability to place a nationwide ban on TikTok. The proposed law, called Restricting the Emergence of Security Threats That Risk Information and Communications Technology Act, doesn't specifically name-check TikTok, but it would give the U.S. more powers, like a ban against foreign software deemed a national security risk by the Commerce Department. A TikTok spokeswoman issued a statement that says a possible U.S. ban would have a considerable negative impact on the free speech rights of millions of Americans. According to a spokesperson for the committee, TikTok's CEO is scheduled to testify at a House Energy and Commerce Committee later this month. So what do you think? Is banning TikTok a good idea? Share your comments. According to police in Norwalk, Connecticut, Stephanie Sanabria, a former teacher, is facing reckless endangerment charges for choking a student in an elementary school. Authorities say she was demonstrating a martial arts chokehold on 3 fifth graders. One of those students lost consciousness. It happened on February 24th at Brookside Elementary School. It's unclear exactly why Sanabria was doing this, because she was hired as a math coach. Police arrested her Friday. She made her $20,000 bond. She's expected back in court this Friday. Sanabria has resigned from her post at the school. The student was not permanently injured. According to documents released on Tuesday, it has been revealed that Fox News host Tucker Carlson was harshly critical of former President Donald Trump in private, despite regularly expressing support for him on his Fox News primetime show and suggesting the 2020 election was stolen from him. The revelation was part of Dominion Voting Systems' $1.6 billion lawsuit against Fox News. Multiple text messages written by Carlson were revealed. In one text message sent just 2 days before the January 6th insurrection, Carlson said he hated Trump, quote, passionately. In other messages, he called Trump a demonic force, a destroyer, and that Trump's decision to dismiss Biden's inauguration was hard to believe and destructive. Adding that Trump's post-election behavior was disgusting. "25-year-old NFL star KJ Osborne helped save a person trapped inside a burning car in Austin, Texas this weekend. Osborne is a wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings. He posted this picture on Twitter of himself and 3 others who rescued a man after his vehicle crashed and went up in flames. Osborne was riding in an Uber when he spotted the accident. That's when he, the Uber driver, and 2 others pulled the man out of his car, carried him to safety, and waited with him until help arrived. Osborne, who is training in Austin, said he has been in contact with the man and believes he suffered minor injuries. He said he and the 3 people who helped save him plan to visit him at the hospital. Today, Wednesday, is a day to celebrate the achievements of women and support action against gender inequality. It's International Women's Day. You can mark the day by taking part in a march for women's equal rights or participate in a related fundraiser, festival, lecture, or seminar. and post to the hashtag International Women's Day. You can keep celebrating for the rest of the month because it is also National Women's History Month. And in honor of Women's History Month and International Women's Day, toy maker Mattel made these Barbie dolls to honor the Wojcicki sisters, who the company calls STEM trailblazers. Susan Wojcicki, a former YouTube CEO, was the 16th employee to join Google in its earliest days. Ann Wojcicki is the CEO of the at-home DNA testing company 23andMe. And their other sister, Janet Wojcicki, is a professor of pediatrics and epidemiology at the University of California in San Francisco. However, these one-of-a-kind dolls are not for sale. Mattel will gift them to the Wojcicki sisters. Sign1News will be broadcasting updates Monday through Friday. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. And you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku.